ACity Radio. This is our voice. This is our voice.
Yo, if you don't know me, don't try to friend me, yo. I don't want no Facebook friends.
Hello everyone, welcome to the cooler edition of Unscripted. This show allows young people to talk about literally anything. My name is Nazo, I am your amazing host for today, and this is a special episode we're calling What Power Does to Friends. And we're doing it with the one and the only, the Black Boys. Sorry girls, some things are for men and men only. So I'm hanging out with my friends and I'll introduce them to you, and then they'll talk about themselves. First person I have in the studio is Arnold, aka The Muscle. Nathan, aka The Code. Daniel, aka The Sponge. Manfred, aka The Chill. William, aka The Sport.
Dagger.
Eugene, aka The Money.
The money. Excel sheet.
All right, guys. I think people want to know what is all this D. Let's start with Arnold.
Okay, so yeah, I'm Arnold, and as you said, I'm not the muscle, please. I'm not a muscle. I actually used to be a personal trainer and all that, but like, come on, those were those days. Hey, come on, do you get that kind of thing? So yeah, I'm actually more or less like a photographer who's also a real estate enthusiast. I'm also into real estate.
Allah.
I love that, you know.
Yeah.
I also like money like Eugene, but I just Eugene is very meticulous about it and all that. But like, yeah, so that's where I am.
All right.
So yeah.
The next person, Nathan.
Oh, okay. Hey. So hi guys, I'm Nathan. As you said, aka The Code. Or
You can't run.
That's why.
oh, please. Okay. So I think why I'm called that is because like I'm really looking to pursue a career in software engineering. So most times I'm actually with my laptop practicing, coding. I actually want to go into web development, machine learning, or artificial intelligence. So most times I'm actually, practicing, watching tutorials, getting my stuff together. Yeah.
Allah.
That's why you always give excuse not to spend time with your friends.
I know, right?
All right. Let's move on to Daniel.
Yeah.
Danny boy.
All right.
DJ anyhow.
DJ anyhow.
Yeah. So I'm Daniel, as you mentioned, and I'm an accounting student.
Please give us
I'm
the full
actually
name.
a very interesting person when it comes to trying to learn a lot about everything. So it's like I'm literally most of the times a jack of all trades because I can. And if I want to learn a lot of things,
and a master of all.
yeah,
Please let me state something. Daniel was a business student when he came to level 100, and I think he scored one of the highest scores in Python. And then the science students, that's one of the reasons why we call him. He can learn anything.
Not to mention, this guy picked up a basketball, started shooting, and he became really good.
Like,
And he's also a DJ. Like, come on.
all right.
Please give us your full name. What's your full name?
Oh,
all right. So some of my names you might not be able to mention.
Oh,
My full name is Daniel Maungekweku Amano.
all right. Manfred, it's your turn.
So, hello guys. My name is Manfred. Yeah.
Fresh.
So, me, honestly, I don't know why they decided to call me the Chill. But then...
Hey, you don't know why?
To me, I don't know. But from what I can tell, according to them, they feel like I'm that one person who is like, nothing really seems to bother me. Yeah, nothing really seems to bother me. It's not like I'm always chill, but like, according to them, I know how to keep like my composure and all that. Also, I'm not only just that, I'm also into like graphic designing. I like art. Like I used to draw before, but like I stopped. But now I'm into like graphical design, so like media production, stuff like that.
Yo,
That's just me.
mad. See,
ladies man, please.
Manfred has a chill. I don't know it. Like he can be in a burning house and still be relaxed. All right. The next guy, William. Willie boy.
Presido.
Let's go.
Hello guys, I don't know whether I should make my voice deeper like Nazo or
radio voice.
Jamaican accent.
I feel like the reason why I got the name The Sports is basically because everyone has seen my love for sports in general. How like if there's any sporting activity I see myself doing, or if someone challenges me that I can't do a certain sporting activity, I try to prove them wrong. So yes, I do a variety of sports. Yeah, that's where my name is gotten from.
Like he's literally
very good. Like
I don't know his sport.
Yeah, that he can play.
Like
he
can't
can
play.
do so well.
Apart from FIFA, that one there he give me. That one there I'll shape him.
The mentality also comes like very competitive.
Yeah, it's actually very competitive. All right. Eugene, talk to us.
Let's go. Excel sheet.
Dinero.
Oh God, I can't think how far, like where this thing even came from.
You don't know where Excel sheet came from?
No.
Hey,
Okay, so I think this name is primarily coming from how I manage my money a lot of the time. So like I'm a banking and finance student, slightly different from accounting. Mine is banking and finance. So I really do like to manage and structure my money, everything that comes in, everything that goes out.
Yeah.
I mean,
Excel.
I think I also,
if there's 0.5, you add it 50%. Oh,
like nah, fun. But then again, I like to give out, you know. So a ton of you guys have come to me before to help out with stuff, and
That's true.
William, but like, why are you looking at me?
As loans.
if you get on his Excel sheet,
Nah,
forget.
listen,
He will not forget
It's
you.
a part
Listen,
for
fam.
charity.
I'm a man of my words. Yeah, if you ask me for a loan, it's a loan you're getting. If
But
you
I
want-
said point 20.
if you want a grant, I have charity funds like I give out.
It's my
But like,
charity fund.
Please
But like,
note
if you
yourself. He
ask-
has charity funds.
if you ask for a loan, it's a loan you're getting.
Yeah.
That's
And
true.
I expect it back within a time frame, and I don't play with that. So like, yeah.
Please,
But then,
horrible.
I mean,
Yeah.
put that aside, I also do quite a ton of graphic design.
Yeah.
Go.
One of the best.
Yeah, I do a ton of graphic design.
Yeah.
A bit of video editing here and there.
Yeah.
I also started picking up music from Nazo. So
Let's go.
I would like to say something
Let's-
too about like
I was
Eugene.
balancing.
Yeah.
Like when we came in level 100,
Yeah.
Eugene wasn't really into. He used to draw. Like the guy can't really draw. He came to me one time, like because of graphic design. Like, my friend, how do you do all this? I'm like, so give him like the basic, like Photoshop, this, that, like those graphic designing apps. We go home one semester. This guy comes back. He's already a professional.
That's
He has
it.
started his company.
That's it.
I think I'm like the sponge light.
Ah.
I beg.
I actually think we are all the sponge.
See, don't give your road to us.
Please. You are
We're
undisputed.
actually
See,
all
so-
sponges. It's just that someone he has built too much muscles. He can't
I can't absorb any new thing.
See the way you
All right.
pass me, you know that.
All right, one thing.
Nazo, I beg. What are you known for?
Yes,
What are you called?
I shall respond to that. But just on what Eugene said, I think one of the reasons why we call him the money is because it's not just because of money, because of how organized he is. And I'm going to be telling my own personal experience with working with Eugene. I'm meticulous. Oh my God! But Eugene can be
I'll
so.
call you in 5 minutes. You say Siri, set an alarm for 5 minutes.
So yeah, that's one of the reasons. So as for me, you know, let's just introduce myself again with my radio voice. My name is Nazo, and I'm known as The Voice. And the reason I'm called The Voice, cause sorry.
I give freestyle. William off.
Should I give them some?
Let's go.
Don't let DJ Maestro
All right. Let's go.
Eugene there. his
Please, I'm
falsetto-
also here, William,
his
I beg.
falsetto was- don't do that to yourself. I know.
All right. So now, this is what power does to friends, okay? The black boys. And I'm going to be throwing a question to you guys, and I want us to just talk about it. It's our experience, and I think nobody should tell that story more than all of us, okay?
Yeah.
So it's no secret that some of us here ran for the position of presidency, okay? And in fact, some of us, the people opposing us, our roommates. So I'm throwing this question to you guys, and I want your honest opinion on it. When did you know you wanted to run, and how did you feel knowing who was going to run against you? So who want to pick up?
So I think for me, I was in the SRC. I mean, the previous year before this year. So I had it in mind. I was not fully I had not fully concluded on which route to go for, but then I still had it in mind to aspire for the next elections, and I would say it got clearer getting like when it was almost the time for aspiration, and that's when I spoke with Eugene about it, and then we came to a consensus. Like we had one mind, and we joined forces to go into this together. And and yeah,
just for the record, so Eugene was your
Eugene was my running mate.
Okay.
So I think I would also want to find out from him when he also made his decision about like making.
Well, I don't know how exactly to put this, but I've known Daniel like before we came to Academic City. He was the senior boys prefect for Presec. And then when we came to Academic City, during the first few months, it gives you time to start to see the true character of people, And I think Daniel's own was one that really caught my attention because we were in class one time here, and I think it was doing business in Africa. We were supposed to come up with a business idea and pour our money into it and select like who is leading the business, who is the CFO, who is CEO, who is this, who is that. Yeah, and then we all as a class were supposed to decide who our CEO for the business is. It was an ice cream business. And like everyone just started going, okay, so who do you want your CEO to be? Okay, Daniel.
Charlie,
then
don't make my head weak.
I think one person said Eugene, but then I was like, nah, that's a fluke.
Low key.
So like it got back to me, and I was like, I mean, I would have said Daniel anyway. So what's the point? Just go Daniel. But I mean, this is not to say that I don't feel like I could have been in the main position. It's just to say that considering the experiences I've had with this guy and what I have seen from him, seen of him, I reckon it would be better he serves as the face of it and then I serve as his assistant. So that was the kind of conversation we had and the decision we came to.
Wow. So now to the both of you, when you realized the people that were running against you, because I think maybe you guys are one of the first to know that that's what you wanted to do. When you realize that, these are the people running against, I want to know how you were feeling. What was going through your mind?
I mean, for me, it was a conversation we had in his room. Like we were sitting there and we turned in the application form, like almost at the end of the deadline, like almost getting to the deadline. So we didn't know who else was going against us. But I know for myself, and I think for him as well, we came to an understanding that no matter what it is, we'll have competition. And from which angle it comes from, we'll have to do our best. So at that time, we didn't know. Yeah, but when we realized it, that it was our people, like black boys, you don't understand. It was from amongst us. It had me in two moments or in two like minds. So at first in one part I felt very happy because people have decided to run for positions and are aspiring to, get into leadership positions, like we are being ambitious about our steps. And the next thing was that it was a bit difficult for me to accept because it would mean that we would have to go against our own friends in order to get to leadership positions. And I think it's not a big deal. Sometimes it's healthy competition. You have to go through those kind of stuff. And given the fact that the leadership came from amongst us is what I'm really proud of. So at first it was a happy, bitter moment for me, but then it's all good. At the end of the day. So yeah.
Wow. One of the things that really, really struck me as that was going to be difficult was the relationship you had, especially with Arnold, our Demoso. Arnold, can you talk a little bit about how it was knowing that, like, how do you stay in the same room? How did he not trick you knife?
Okay, so the thing is, for me, my decision came quite late. So I knew for Daniel, and I was actually ready to support him all the way through GGT. So when I was like, oh, I'm going with Nazo, I was like, hey, okay. So you see, the thing is, most of the time, anything I do, I'll talk to Daniel about it. I'll tell him, but right now, you come to the room and these people are doing some secret meeting. Like, you don't even understand what's happening. Oh, I was like, so then there was this time, you see, after the election and the result came out, I went for a shoot. Normally, when I'm going for a shoot, like party or something, I go with Daniel. So I was like, I didn't know how I was going to tell like, Charlie, we get party. I was like, I'm coming to say now, and this guy's like, he's giving me some AUB, the one bed. I was like, hey, what is all this? Since when? Do you get that kind of thing? And when I see Eugene too, when I see him outside, it's like, we are talking by straight. Then it's shifted. I'm like, what kind of life is this, guy? So you see, I'm not going to lie, there was a certain level of tension, but we didn't keep it like, oh, we're fighting, we're stealing ideas or something. It was just healthy competition, and I was really happy for that too.
That's one of the things that, I feel like people don't even know was that, you think that it was difficult for people who are running against each other because they know that. Yeah. But then it was also difficult for our friends because most of our friends are, and I think someone like Nathan and Manfred are one of the best people to talk to about that because Nathan actually told me, he was like, Charlie, just leave me.
Very honestly, if I were to use a movie or series to put this whole thing into context, I'd go for Game of Thrones. It honestly became like Game of Thrones. You had the Lannisters, you had the Starks here and there. I was
strategic planning.
Strategic planning.
I'm like, see, I go to Arnold's room, right? And then I know these guys are having a meeting and they say, hey, please, we're having a meeting, leave. Exactly. And I go to my own room. Nazo was also having a meeting with his people for forming strategies for the campaigns and whatnot. So I didn't want to intrude, so I leave. At some point, we actually felt left out. I think my friend and I felt left out. Like the people in the group who did not feel that they were qualified.
I don't think my friend felt left out.
No, but let him finish. Let him finish.
So, the whole experience was quite interesting. But in the end, I feel like I feel like I confidently can tell you who I voted for now because I believe in my roommates. I had to go with him.
Well, I'm waiting.
Yes, to you all.
My friend wanted to say something.
So me with this whole election thing, at the very beginning, I told all of them that I wasn't really into how it was going to play out. I didn't really think because they should compete against each other. So my idea was that, well, why don't all of them go for separate positions and then all of them could win and then we could all have it, you get it? Because we are all friends. So if everything is to us as a whole, we've grabbed everything. That was my idea. I didn't want Arnold and Nazo and William and Eugene running against themselves for just president because there were a lot of other positions available. And I made that very clear to everyone, like I told them. But then also I had to make a decision who I was going to vote for, and I didn't want to be in a position where maybe this person thinks I'm voting for them or this. No. That just to me, I thought it would cause confusion. So at the very beginning, I made it very clear that okay, if you guys are not going to go with my idea, I'm just telling you that I'm voting for Daniel.
And to be frank, that was easier. Like he made it really easier.
And it was very bold.
Because like it was really very bold. I mean, I swore for you, like I would have tricked you now, but I
I'm not trying to
so, but the man of the hour,
Yeah.
Yes.
the guy that actually won. So my kind of you see now nobody won't know how you feel because we won't know. So we want to know you be your friends, your so-called Black Boys Brotherhood. How does it feel to actually win, knowing fully well that the other guys are not there? What's going through your mind?
So the first thing is exactly what Manfred said, right? I think from the onset, I pitched to the rest of the guys. I think the first person I met in regards to the whole presidential thing was Nazo, right? Because I wanted Nazo to be my vice. The day I was in Nazo's room,
Nazo,
that day was so funny because it was almost like I was trying to find out if we have contradicting opinions as to the goals we've set out to accomplish for Academic City. And of course, I really appreciated the fact that Nazo respectfully declined because he also wanted to run for the position of presidency. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just like two of us seeing that we have probably equal or close to equal ability to cause change in an environment, and we're going after it. So I pitched to everyone else. I pitched to Nazo. I pitched to Arnold. Arnold. I pitched to Daniel. That guys, don't you think we should, go for the positions that we think our strengths are more like we're likely to show our strength. For instance, I, of course, proposed to Daniel. Daniel, please, would you like to be my treasurer under my regime?
Like he was already claiming the position before the whole thing.
I was already claiming the position for the different guys. I had already claimed another general secretary for Eugene. So I had claimed everything down. But one very interesting thing about the whole electoral process is that Eugene never, and I mean never, spoke about SRC in the room. I would enter, I would leave, enter, sleep, wake up.
Like the tension between them was actually very too much.
We never spoke about, like, it just never came up. It just never came up. And yeah, Eugene was my roommate, by the way. It never came up. But certain times, like, Eugene and Daniel were doing some James Bond things in the room. I'll enter now, then you see Eugene has closed the iPad. Or you see the screen. Hey. Or I'll come to my room, like, I'm coming to, like, chill, or I'm coming to pray. And then I'll see, like, the campaign team and say, hey. And around that time, I hadn't had any meeting with my campaign team. So it was as much as people thought I was pressured, I wasn't really pressured because I was still going to do it. I don't know if you get what I mean. I think Nazo understand a bit of the coded language I'm trying to say here. Then in terms of me not getting a vice on time, Jesus, it was a serious situation. I went to Soma. Soma was like, excuse me, this. And then eventually,
don't say that.
I found out that someone was running with Nazo. I said, "Oh, bro, I respect that." Then I think last minute, that was when I picked my vice, and then we were able to run for the SRC presidential position as well as the vice. But just to wrap it all up, it was actually very tense.
Yeah,
it was like you could tell. It's like what can I use to like into this? It's like Hobbs and Shaw. That's how it was. We will see each other in the corridor and we had short replies. Hey, how you doing?
Oh, hi, like hey,
hi, hey.
It's like
I mean,
it's like messaging a Ghanaian girl. Do you understand?
Please let me state that he's Nigerian.
If you want to come for me, my room is seated. I have
presidential.
See, that's the presidential room, so you can go there.
All right. So guys, I mean, I will just talk a little bit about what he said because I think
Please, I beg. That was a joke. And the arms and ammunition, that was a joke. Don't think too much. You grow old fast.
so. Yeah, based on what he said, I mean, I think for me it was I won't say shocking because let's not lie, most of us here can really lead. I mean, we've seen it in class exercises, you know, when they pick certain people, you know, somewhere like Daniel and Eugene are in the same group, we are finished. So we've always had that leadership trait. You know, it was just difficult. But a lot of rumors were going out there. And I would like all of us to look at this. A lot of rumors were going out there. We were really spreading rumors that we were fighting, that we were not friends anymore. We are sabotaging each other. Even the campaign cry, some things were really happening. You know, like, you know, it's true. How do you even handle the fact that I respect you as my friend, but my campaign team doesn't give a damn about that? Yeah, was that in our running? And I'll ask Eugene directly. In your campaign,
Why
was
are you
it
asking Eugene directly?
What is your business? I will ask Eugene directly. Was there like a code of conduct that you lived by or something? Because I know how politics can really get really dirty. Yeah, and so what would you say to that?
Yeah, well, I mean, so we did have a fairly small campaign team. We didn't particularly have a code of conduct to speak of, but then, I mean, with each individual within the campaign team, I believe we made it clear to them that, hey, these are people we still believe we want to call our friends, you know, running with us, and so we don't expect any less than what we ourselves are showing them, you know. So if we have a certain level of respect for the people we call our friends in the Black Boys group, I don't expect for you to then go behind and then show anything different. You get that kind of thing. So it was made clear very early in these kind of discussions that we had in the room. I mean, there were times William would pop into the room and then we're having our little something, and like,
fair game, fair
yeah,
content.
we'll have to kick him out. We're like, nah, G, like we're busy. You get it?
Arnold desperately wants to talk, so Arnold, please. How about the topic of us fighting amongst each other? And
okay. So for me, I was kind of the person who like everybody see it very, very calm. Like I wasn't really, you couldn't see the tension in me. Do you get that kind of thing? It's like I try to connect everyone. Do you get that kind of thing? So I'm like, oh, William, what's up? Then Eugene, what's up? I go to the room and I'm making noise. Do you get that kind of thing? But we're all running against each other, and I can see that Charlie, the way their eyes are so cold and things like, this thing is not saucy, but like, yeah. But the thing is, we're actually not fighting, and I really didn't like what was going on because we used to eat together, we used to take pictures together still, even though there was this tension. There was no bickering or sabotaging issue over here because he spoke about everything, and I think everything was clear. Did you get that kind of thing? So there was nothing like that. Yeah.
I think one of the best moves we made was to be able to have that short meeting where we actually spoke about the whole thing. But Daniel, you want to say something?
Yeah, I actually also feel like it was healthy competition. You know, for me, I saw it as within this period that we are running, we are competitors. Okay, so in any instance, probably Pepsi CEO and Coca-Cola CEO are friends, but you shouldn't make it known in your business actions or business operations that you are friends. So you don't do any marketing or you don't do any like intense business to promote yourself as a company against your competitor. So I mean, for this period, I saw it as okay. It's a race. and we are going somewhere.
Yeah.
So no matter what it is, you have to put in your best. All right. And I know it was getting tensions a lot of times. You know, it was really
because there was this time where we needed a flyer, and I was like, hey, so right now the only person I can think of is Maverick and Eugene, and they were all against us strongly. So I was like, how are we actually going to do it? So I think a flyer came out, and
hold on. So I think we need to address the elephant in the room yet. So like your flyer.
Oh God! Oh God!
Listen to me.
Oh God! Hold on.
I'm like, so Eugene saw the flyer, and he was like, "Oh, you want to finish some things?" I was like, "Oh, so Eugene, go and do give me." He was like, "Do you want me to draw a clown face?" Is it on crazy day? Not to dress as a clown. Do you get that kind of thing? So he was like, "Do you want me to put the clown face over there?" I was like, "What kind of?"
I mean, it was because our go-to people for something is normally each other. Yo, this. So when it was
but they
not,
came to me for pictures, and I took the pictures too.
Good. God bless you.
It wasn't planned. It was my show.
So
You wanted someone else to take it.
But I still took the pictures. You get that kind of thing.
I mean, I think for us, it's a bit difficult, especially when we were starting out, understanding what line is supporting another campaign and what line is helping out my friend. Because at some point, if Eugene did a flyer for us, if he helped us do a flyer, he's supporting the campaign, regardless of how you bend it. You understand? You can't. So as you took a picture for
your campaign. I know, right?
You know, for
you would have declined.
Honestly, the whole thing is like it was a test for our friendship. Like
big test.
It tested us, and to be very honest, I saw some level of creativity that in my life I said, Jesus, how can I come and read manifesto and I'm sitting down on Azor's face?
That was really serious.
Let's go. That was my idea. Let's go.
He printed out his poster and placed it on all our seats, so you do not have an option. Do you understand? Then on Sunday morning, I wake up, I'm getting ready to go to church, and then I see the first thing I see is Daniel's face right in front of the door. The guy had placed the
on the mirror.
So strategic.
It was like some 6 a.m.
Charlie went out early in the morning.
They were doing all night of campaign.
What happened? I was feeling sad. Trust me.
Strategic.
I mean,
it was amazing. It was amazing.
To be honest, this electoral process was quite interesting and scary at the same time, right? I say interesting because through the election you get to hear these what do you call these things? Campaign theories, promises from your friends. You know these people.
Propaganda.
Exactly. So the thing is that I knew these people personally, so I know the type of things they want to implement when they are in power. For instance, I know William likes sports, and I actually like sports myself. So I'm like, if William gets into power, I think there'll be more sports.
Why you think we can't do that kind of thing?
Relax. So then, and I look at Eugene and Daniel. Even if I didn't hear their manifesto theories or their promises, I know that these guys are business students. So once they get into power, student businesses and stuff will skyrocket, right? Then I know Nazo and Arnold, and I always talk to Nazo about the fact that the school does not really implement practical lessons, and students don't really get value from some of their studies, right? So I know that Nazo and Arnold have plans to actually change things like this, right? So it was very interesting hearing the little theories that our friends will will put into place when they get into power. And then the scary part is, see, our friendship dynamics, right? I had a feeling it would change, because once you're in power, this whole SRC thing, once you're in power, you assume some level of respect that I feel like your friends can't really treat you the same, because now you are SRC president. You carry some form of title and prestige, right? So it's like, so what was going to happen to my friend and myself? the rest of them who don't get it. How are we going to just vibe? Like, you can go to somebody, you don't really have to knock, right? Because of how close as friends we are. Whenever we're going to each other's rooms, we don't knock. Like, we just barge in. But now this person is not SRC president. You can't just barge into his room because
I drank your water yesterday.
Because he's doing something, sacred, right?
So on that topic of relating to your friends, now that like the power dynamic slightly shifting. Manfred, being that, okay, you've spoken on it, but Manfred, being that the people you outrightly supported openly wasn't as successful for them, and then we have someone in power in the Black Boys group, would you say to someone listening or someone watching or someone that, as Nathan just said, thinking that the friendship dynamic has changed, what would you say the friendship dynamic is right now compared to before the election?
Well, before the election, before this whole election thing, I can say like we were all very cool. Like the way Arnold would say, like he could come to me or Eugene for anything related to graphics. I could come to Nazor or Daniel for anything related, like Daniel maybe money related issues. Nazor, I need a production. Nazor, help me with this. Nazor would do it. But then you could see that during the election, it's not like those things came to an or like a stop or anything, but like it's a competition. After all, there needs to be a winner. And I could say for a fact, we are all like very competitive over here. Like we are all very competitive. Yeah. We would all like to win, but then also I can say that we all value our friendship. As in this, like William said, it was a true test to our friendship.
Yeah.
And like personally, I believe like we went through that test and we came out on top.
Yeah.
Because currently, I don't feel like anything has changed. Even after I said to Arnold one time that Charlie, Ridey, if you become vice president, they go start to give me like, you know, you're gonna do your body something. Even after that, at this point, William having won the election, I'm still cool with William. I walk into William's room and go pick water from his fridge.
The guy has finished.
I don't know way, so you know if he flex. We
can't attackment this.
I think
me. I'm saying if Arnold had come out on top, like right now,
why are you attacking me? What have I done?
Okay, so
yeah. With that, I can say like not much has changed. Like we went through it, we came out on top, and the dynamic of our friendship still stands. We still value each other. We still value our friendship. We still value like the beliefs and the values that were already in our friendship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one of the things that people don't know when it comes, or people forget, is that being somebody's friend does not necessarily mean that you don't have, their boundaries are not respected or there's no boundary. You understand? One of the things, if you know, we are all different characters. It get where I go follow Nathan talk now. It's like it gets a place I reach, I start speaking with Nathan, and once he reaches his boundary, forget it. It will not work out. Yeah. Or William or Daniel. Being friends with someone doesn't mean that they don't have boundaries when it comes to it. Just means you will respect each other's boundaries and walk around. And that's one of the things I feel like with the Black Boys, people forget, because if they kind of feel like, oh, okay, we are friends, therefore there are some boundaries that you can't really respect, which is one thing I really appreciate when it comes to our friendship dynamic.
So we'll just knock when you enter my room.
that one will not change.
Respect and all that, like those things are.
I mean, like
President wants to say something.
In relation to what Nazo said, right? I remember some time back, I think Nazo and Nathan entered my room, and Nazo was searching for something, and he did not find it. And Nathan I think he ended up moving some items, scattered it, and Nazo said, "I beg, we arrange." Because the way I am, I'm in such a way that if you enter my room and you move my laptop to the right, I will know that you've been inside my room.
Yeah,
there was a particular time. The boys they went to
it's okay.
I remember the boys went to
presidential.
They went to launch the presidential like we cry. I haven't launched the thing. They went to launch it. We Uno. I entered the room. The air was a bit cold. I said no. Then I looked into the bin, Calipo. I went to meet Nathan straight. I knew it was Nathan. So I went to Nathan. I was like, Nathan, what's up? He said, oh, they came to play games. This. And we respect one another. Said, me as a person, I'm very, very particular about my environment. And I like being informed on time. Sometimes I might just like let it slide, but I like being informed on time. And Nazor can be like that too. Arnold can be like that too, even if someone when your slides, there's nothing you can do about it. Then, Eugene can also be like that too. Hey, Eugene. Yeah. So we all have our boundaries, but the best part is that we respect it so much. And one last thing I also wanted to put is, you see, during the electoral process, right? As much as a lot of us like setting standards. For instance, myself, I made sure that because I know how dirty the political process can get sometimes. Probably you have some very, very toxic campaign members which you are not aware of, and they end up like spreading some false things about possibly your running mates or something like that, or your opponents. You would like to keep those type of informations out of your reach so that it doesn't stain the friendship you already have with your opponent. So that was one of the things I kept, like I held to very, very high esteem. But of course, I mean, there were dirty, like several dirty. It was even shocking that it was after the elections that some things were brought to my attention, and it was actually very, very, like very, very saddening. I mean, everyone here can testify to the fact that some of the things were like really, really bad, emotional, really bad.
Emotional.
As you said,
because we had a before meeting and an after meeting.
That's why I see you. Let's
and
go.
The after meeting was Shege Mondays. Yes. So it was like as much as we are men. That meeting was very emotional.
Like,
it was something.
I will let me state it by myself before you put it. Okay, yeah. So some of us, our eyes started to sweat.
I'm sorry. I'm very sorry.
Yeah, because okay. So I'll say this. When I hear the word politics in Nigeria, a lot of not the best things come to mind. Okay, so when I heard of politics here, in my mind, I thought we'd do this thing like class prefects or class, that kind of thing. Yeah. But then it turned out to be some this
guy's telling us his life story.
No, it turned out to be something that looks like what you do for Ghana if you want to be Ghanaian president. Manifesto, those things. Yeah. So it all comes back. That kind of thing comes with people saying things that are slightly hurtful. And I would like to. I think I want to find out from Sumoa, like, how do you handle the fact that for example, someone in Eugene's campaign or William's campaign is really, really doing something we would call unethical. It's not that it's wrong, because the person can voice their opinion, but it's slightly unethical. How do you handle that in relation to William? Because the face of it is William, or the face of it is Daniel. And how do you handle that, knowing that, this person from this person's campaign, Charlie, they won't kill us?
Okay, so the thing is, I heard, and I wouldn't really say it's over here, but the thing was, the way I handled it is, I'm somebody who, anytime something, or I hear something, or I hear a passing comment, I hear that somebody offended me in a certain way, I don't just accept it immediately. I'll find out that, is this what was said, or is this what you said, or is this what happened? Do you get that kind of thing? Yeah, so in as much as I was hurting, in that period, I wanted the election to be over, so that I can approach the president as that, I heard this. Is it true? Is this what's happening? Because I'm somebody, I can't keep it inside me. Revenge doesn't work for me. Me, I'll tell you. If you don't like it too, I'll just say, because what's like it? So it's like, for me, I spoke out. I said it plain and plain, like, this is what I heard, and I wasn't really happy about it because it was jiggy, that kind of thing. And that's how I, handled it, or I would handle any situation, apparently.
You confronted
yeah. The confrontation was very peaceful. I'm a very peaceful human being. Thank you very much.
I mean, Danny boy, you want to say something?
He's a very jovial person.
Yeah.
We love you so much. We love you.
Someone, Nathan, someone, William. Yeah, I think Nazo as well. They try to like lighten up the mood. Nathan, everybody. Like, I mean, probably myself and Eugene might not be like that, but yeah. I also, to add up to what Arnold said, I also think that during the whole period, and I mean, hearing things about you, or I mean, getting people from other campaign teams campaign against you in various ways, I think it's part of politics.
Yeah.
And it's not supposed to be like that. We are not supposed to promote that, but sometimes it happens. For me, I believe that some things have to happen during the course of your ambition to block you from getting to the goal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, I took it as a normal thing.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't take it too personal. I saw it as
He has a very low EQ.
That's what he said. That's what he said. Low EQ.
yeah. I don't know if that is right, but then I took it.
His emotions don't show.
Low equalizer.
You can't tell his emotions.
Yeah. So for myself, for Eugene, our campaign team, we saw it as one of those things. It happens. So let's move. Do what you have to do, and let's bounce.
Yeah. Nathan, you want to say something?
For some reason, I mean, people from the outside assume that this thing was so extra that people who are so close friends, you know, sometimes we used to send each other to buy watching and stuff in the morning. So if we are competing against each other,
You can't buy watch.
My friend, go and buy watching for me. No, I'm not voting for you.
no, I'm not voting for you. But it wasn't so extra like that. I mean, we are friends, we understand each other. We had meetings before the elections and after the meetings. So
Well, I think for me, my EQ is not as low as that.
100%.
I beg, mine. I think one of the reasons I felt it was because we kind of like, I don't know if it was mentally, but we mentally agreed not to do that.
yeah.
Okay. Or maybe I mentally agreed with myself. Let me say that.
Healthy competition.
Yeah.
So mentally.
Yeah, I agreed that.
don't do
Sometimes.
anything like that,
So
yeah.
it's normal, of course, it's normal, but Charlie is still pain. Hey, you get this guy for WhatsApp. May want kill me.
Oh, Charlie.
But yeah, I mean, it's all part of the whole process. So one question I'd want to ask the guys who ran. I'm talking to Daniel, Eugene, and
Start as usual.
Nathan, my friend.
He's next year leaving the school. What are you doing to
So, would you say there was any external pressure that affected your campaign? You know, like any external influence on the Black Boys per se? On what would you say the external pressure was like?
I think I'll let Eugene start.
Okay.
External pressure.
Yeah.
Eugene.
Let me see. So, I mean, we had a certain idea and plan for our entire campaign, and I do think to a certain extent, things we saw happening in other teams sort of put certain types of pressure on us. Like during the manifesto reading, for instance, we walk in and then I see Arnold and Nazo have slapped their posters all over the seat.
Yes, Charlie, that one there was a very, very smart movie.
Whoever came up with that idea.
Yeah,
is-
Very smart, very smart.
And then
I thought about the finances. How much paper?
See, money is not our problem, if you know what we mean.
The money.
yeah, and then I mean I also see Nazo slap out a video like
Charlie.
Campaign videos.
I mean I'm just sat there.
All their skills and stuff.
And then I mean as things start to reach the crescendo moments, then I also see William just step into the,
That one.
I beg, boss.
That one. William no do flyer. He do billboard.
Because I organized the program recently. Those things cost quite.
Hey.
I'm like, yeah, man.
yeah. I see all this, and then boom, there's was a get to know Will session. I'm
Charlie.
like,
They are sharing samosa and things. Shout out to Beverly.
It says, "Will you be my comrade?"
nah, but you know, I mean, that was smart
brilliant
marketing
strategy.
from Williams.
Shout out to O1 and a French toast.
So yeah, it definitely put us like on our feet, on top of our toes to like, yo, you need to outdo this, you know, you need to do better than this, that kind of thing. So that was the extent of
what William was doing, will you be my command session? My fellow guys went on the Instagram live.
Oh yeah, just so all those who were present for the Instagram live, Arnold promised a microwave. Arnold, no.
There is a microwave over there. Why should I buy a new one? Before it didn't.
So Arnold was like, he would provide my screenshots.
Microwave for the sea floor.
You know, one say this public, we are waiting for the microwave.
One very interesting thing about that IG live was there's something that Daniel did, right? Daniel joined the live, like not like he joined the live session. He watched it afterwards. Why did he watch it? It was like an educative period for him. He just wanted to like understand, like, how do I explain it? Why they would do things this way, and like he really, I was watching him. I'm like, wait, this live session is done. What are you still doing? And for Daniel, you can.
Oh, I mean, just like you're saying, I try as much as possible to learn a lesson from everything that happens.
They sponge.
So, yeah, I don't know it all, and I believe that was a very creative move by Nazo and Arnold. You know, I had never thought about something like that, and like a rally. William organized. I mean, that was like one of the.
Nobody expected.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what drove him to win this. Actually.
And actually, in
the French toast too.
Yeah.
Shout out to Danny.
Danny. Let's go. So the rally was also one of like the biggest changing or like turning points of the campaign. You know, you realize that even in national politics, you have to do a rally. Like, it's one of the most important parts of it. You understand? So I learned a lot from it. I always try as much as possible to look at what you are doing, and if there are ways to improve upon mine as well, we do that.
I think there's no other person who reads what has come out from either of us. Like, if Daniel drops a flyer, I'm the first person to read it. If like any other campaign, I think if you guys drop something, we are the first person to
see what's going on.
Even your manifesto there, I have never paid attention in class the way I paid attention to both of your manifestos.
It was intimidating. You see the way you started off. So in level 200, when none of my mates I was like, he has shut us all down right from the start. Did you get to see?
I still remember that.
And I was like, wow. Like,
I just came into that manifesto thing to clap for everybody. Because like, honestly,
Daniel was speaking facts.
For the most part, right before, it was never part of our manifesto. That specific part of the introduction was never part of the manifesto. It was right before we went to speak. I was like, yo, Dan, like, I think you need to kind of throw something in the mixer, like.
Just see that thing he threw there, Charlie. Hey, he really brought us down. I don't even lie.
It's like a passive aggressive thing. You get it? We're not exactly saying that none of you are capable, but then we're telling you that you
are not capable.
But please, I was confused. He said when none of us went for position. I was the international student. So I was. I said,
didn't go for a position. It was given to you.
No, I was elected. You are none of you are international.
He was.
I was elected
by the international.
Don't put sand in my Gary.
On a more serious note, the manifesto please, did you guys see how someone was standing? It's like the guy was trying to get extra oxygen. The guy was standing like that.
Like I was so sure that nobody could beat me, cause someone was just flexing.
It's like the guy was
Charlie.
getting,
The way people attacking me is not nice.
getting words from God, and it was dropping inside Nazo's brain. But like in terms of the creativity, as everyone has spoken on, I once again like to say that for Nazo,
The
like,
French toast.
the thing on the chairs. I was like,
My
this
goodness.
guy has come again. Because I know how, Nazo, when he wants to present like cup and iron, all this stuff. There was music too. There was those type of music.
I think I gave him the idea. I was
Then
like, Charlie, add a
for
background music to this
Daniel and Eugene, Daniel and Eugene, I think they were the only ones who went from classrooms to classroom. Like we didn't do some, but they did. I was like, hey. But on my side, I was convinced that the plans I had put out were going to like work.
Let's go.
So especially the get to know Will and Ivan. I planned it at that time because there is nothing else the opponents can do, because it was very late and it was close to the deadline. So if you are coming to do your own rally, it may not be as effective as yours. I also like to use this opportunity to like shout out to those people who within the campaign team who also supported it, because I mean there were free items for people.
French toast from Daniela.
Yeah,
French toast to our producer Daniela.
All right. So I mean,
hey Charlie, please before you continue as well, just like he has done, we also have to try and also appreciate our campaign team, for the effort they put in, even though we didn't win.
On that note, can I also shout out to my sister who had her birthday?
See. You're talking about politics here. I bring you baby.
Okay, so just like William has already done, I think I should also acknowledge some of the beautiful things that you people did. For Eugene and Daniel, the flyer and the welcome for writing exam or something like that. It was actually a crazy thing. Yeah. I mean, Willie, the rally and then the billboard, fantastic. So I really appreciated you guys, because it was like people were pushing us and we're pushing you guys. So finally, to wrap it up, because I would think that we have said black boys, but nobody knows who or what a black boy is. Who are we? Okay. And right now we're only accepting applications from females. Thank you. But but yeah, like, who are we? What would you say? Who is a black boy? And just briefly, how do we even come about? And I think the right person to answer this question, because all of you, I see you want to grab the mic, is Nathan. Nathan, you start off.
Okay. So if you would ask me who a black boy is, I'd say it's the first person I turn to when I need something.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I mean, if you add myself, we are 7. There are 6. So basically, there are 6 people I turn to in need of something, and that's who I consider black boys.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fantastic answer, Presido.
This is a very, very serious question. Black boys. I mean,
who gave the name
we
first?
We all did not agree on this name.
It was Nazo, and he's not even black.
Wasn't Nazo, Nathan?
It was Nazo.
Yeah, it was Nazo. And then he said black boys, right? And in the group, the people that are darker than darkness, they are not plenty. So I was confused. But yeah, I mean, a black boy to me is, as Nathan has said, is someone who can readily help you in time of need, or you can readily go to have just a casual conversation.
All right. I think because of time, that's the two beautiful.
See, we wanted to. These people, they come and take my stove and things without asking me. Those are black boys. That's how I identify them. They don't ask me for anything. I do not ask anything.
So basically, to wrap up, black boys, we started because we're all on the seafloor. That's how it all started.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, we started growing close together and started having an ideology of growth. amongst each other.
We are making money together.
So that's why if one person miss class plenty times, we'll be like, Charlie, what's up? Your school fees, you want me to use and go buy watch it. So this has been great, guys. Like, I'm so glad we did this. We should definitely do a part where we talk about women. As a black boy, can you date the same way? So we should definitely do a part 2. Thank you very, very much for listening. Please subscribe to our channel, our pages on Instagram, YouTube, and our podcast at ACity Production. My name is Nazo, and I want to give a special shout out to the production team, producers. Shout out to the producers, Archibald and Daniela. Shout out to the production assistant, Precious, aka Precio, and the photography, Arnold and Maestro. Shout out to them all. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.
Please follow us on IG too. Yeah, that's a wrap.
ACity Radio. This is our voice.
If you don't know me, don't try to friend me, yo. I don't want no Facebook friends. Those ones
ACity Radio. This is our voice. This is our voice.